Hello everyone, this is Simon Yoon of Dongnam Accounting Corporation, Seoul, Korea, and we are a member of Elliott Global Alliance, which is a combination of international lawyers and CPAs all around the world. Today we're going to talk about foreigners' investment into Korea. There are many foreigners willing to invest into Korea, but this will be a small guideline of the foreigners' investment into Korea. Setup of an entity, we can think about three types of foreigners' investment into Korea. The first one, the simplest one, is liaison office and branch office and foreign invested corporation. These three types are allowed in Korean law. First of all, the liaison office is simple one, so this is not considered as a taxable entity. So this is considered as an end user in Korea tax. So there is no liability of reporting any tax return except the individual income tax return of the employee of liaison office. Branch office and FIC, they are taxable entities, so they need to report taxable reports to Korea government, like corporation income tax return and value-added tax return. Of course, the individual income tax return when they have employee in the company. And then liaison office and branch office are considered as foreign entity, which means the head office locates in overseas. But FIC, even though the shareholder is foreign company, but FIC, Foreign Invested Corporation, is established under Korea Commercial Code. So this is considered as domestic entity. And then capital subscription, liaison office and branch office is not applied to the capital subscription because these two are considered as foreign entity. But FIC needs capital subscription because this is a domestic company set up under Korea Commercial Code. And in terms of dividend, of course, FIC is a corporation, so they can make any dividend when they make profit. But the liaison office is not basically applicable because liaison office does not make profit in Korea. Branch office can make profit, so they can repatriate the remaining fund to its head office. As I mentioned, branch and FIC is the taxable entity in Korea, which can engage in any profit earning activity. So we can compare branch office and FIC. First of all, the relevant law is, in the case of FIC, it is based on FIPA, capital subscription, the 100 million or more. And then, when the capital subscription is less than 100 million won, then FETA will be applied. FIPA is Foreign Investment Promotion Act, and FETA is Foreign Exchange Transaction Act. And in terms of accounting, FIC is independent from its shareholder, which means FIC is an independent entity established under Korea Commercial Code. But branch office is a part of its head office, so it is subsequent to its head office. And capital subscription, practically no lower limit in case of FIC, so only 101 Korea won of capital can be done. But practically it is not useful to make such a small capital amount. And then branch office has no capital subscription because it is a part of its head office. And then to declare the establishment, FIC need to make establishment to KOTRA or foreign exchange bank when the capital subscription is 100 million won or more. So basically it is based on the FIPA, but when the capital subscription is less than 100 million Korean won, then in that case only the foreign exchange bank can handle the establishment. Based on our experience, KOTRA is more convenient to work with. They are willing to assist the foreigners' investment into Korea. So I think that whenever the capital subscription is over 100 million, then we go to KOTRA instead of foreign exchange bank. The branch office has no capital subscription, so it have to go to foreign exchange bank in Korea. And then FIC has capital subscription, so once the capital is induced into Korea, that can be usable for company purpose. But in the case of branch office, they don't have any capital subscription, so in the beginning, usually the branch cannot make any profit, so operating expenses can be remitted from overseas to maintain the company. The available expense include the rent an office space, purchasing office furniture and fixture, paying employee salary and all kinds of general and administrative expenses like travel, office supplies, IT, communication, entertainment expenses, etc. And then in the case of dividend, FIC is available of dividend. And then to make a dividend, a certain rate of tax will be withheld based on a tax treaty. So in case of USA, 11%, including local tax. Local tax is a surtax of main tax. It is 10%. So basically the corporation tax rate is 10%, but adding 1% of surtax, the total will make 11%. Of the remittance will be withheld as a dividend tax. So for instance, if the total remittance amount is 100, then only 89 can be remittable. And then in case of branch office, basically no dividend is allowed, but branch also can make any profit repatriations. In that case, in some cases, branch tax can be levied under treaty. So in case of Australia, 15% of remittance will be withheld as a branch tax. And then in the case of business scope, basically no limitation in terms of FIC. So for some industry, a certain amount of capital subscription is a requirement to get a certain license. So in case of business construction business, 350 million Korean won. And program providing business, then 500 million Korean won, like some program, broadcasting program providing. And then industrial environment facility, in this case 850 million Korean won is a must, is a minimum requirement to get necessary license. Branch office is considered as a small activity in comparison to FIC. So usually the branch office is suitable in doing commission-based service and industry or small-size wholesale or retail sector. Sometimes the company can make a bidding to expand this business. In case of FIC, usually there is no limitation about the bidding because FIC is considered as domestic corporation. But branch office, some cases the branch office of foreign company is limited or excluded because the Korea government or organization want to promote the business of Korea company and not the foreign company. So branch office can be sometimes discriminated than FIC. This is basically the end of our short explanation about foreigners' investment into Korea. So if you have any further question or queries, feel free to contact our website, and then you can find our email. You can give us email anytime. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.